you're ahead of the game, not just right on time, early. So why are you rushing? I posit it's because, most of us, we've been conditioned to rush, to always have this urgency, to always think, we haven't done enough, to always be existing in lack. But when are you going to just admit that, like, that's not you, babe? You're good at getting shit done. You're a very successful person and you've front loaded a lot of the difficulty. So now you can relax. You don't have to rush. All right, let me introduce myself. My name's Sheba. I'm a transformation specialist, sovereignty coach, and ex lawyer, empowering women, leaders, and creators to unleash their true selves, walk in purpose as divine disruptors, and create the life of their dreams. All right, so back to this. Babe, you're ahead of the game. Let me give you a definition and, see whether this resonates, okay? Who does this sound like? Ahead of the game is to be in a more advanced, prepared, or successful position than your competitors. It suggests taking proactive action, like completing tasks early or anticipating future trends, to increase your chances of winning or succeeding. So that's you. And it's like it says suggest taking proactive action, like as if it's in the future, but you've already done it. You're ahead of the game. You're already prepared. And I think maybe, because you've been doing it for decades now, it feels safer, more comfortable to do the performance, to attach to the story that you're not prepared. You've got to practice more. You've got to get more presentable. You've got to, do some test runs. And now when you have free time, when you're like, I don't know, there's nothing I have to do, it feels wrong. It feels scary. And you're kind of like, ugh, like, what am I supposed to be doing? You're supposed to be relaxing. I was chatting with Billy, who is like so brilliant. He's so prolific, just like naturally. He's so good at getting shit done that like he's gonna have to get used to things being completed. He's not someone who leaves tasks unattended. He's not someone who, lets things fall by the wayside. That's not you. You're not someone who lets things fall by the wayside, who did one thing 10 years ago and is still living off of that. Please. You're someone who gets shit done. You see a thing that you want to do and you do it. You don't, let people talk you out of your dreams. You don't let you talk you out of your dreams. I feel like I'm talking to a collective who, you did a lot of the hard work early. Yes, lots of people have done hard work, but most people weren't doing work that was going to make their life easier in the future. That's what you did, though. Maybe you got the education, the training, the experience that everyone else took just like a maybe easier route. They took a route that was more traveled, It was more like it was the safest bet, like, not a huge chance of payoff, not a big payoff, but, very attainable. And I feel like you've been taking risks, since you were young. You've done things that were a little bit outside of your comfort zone, a little bit outside of the comfort zone of the people you grew up around. But yeah, you're going to have to just accept that you're a person who gets shit done. Everybody else knows that you're a person that gets shit done. Everyone loves when you're here, when you're in the room, because when you're in the room, people know shit's going to get done. And so now, part of the task of being someone who is good at getting shit done is recognizing that you've already done the work. You're ahead of the game. You're more advanced, prepared, or successful than your competitors. This just came to me. Like, sometimes people will say, like, oh, my only competition is like the previous versions of me. No. All of the previous versions of you and this version of you are on the same team. You're not competitors. Each one of them is also the MVP. We're not doing more of the splitting ourselves and, like, you know, making my past versions of me just one more person I have to fight to succeed. No. All the past versions of you are on your team. You're all working together. You're all the MVPs. They each have skills and insights and qualities that you have used to gain the current success you have and will continue to use to be successful. And so now, you know, you've already taken, you know, completed the difficult tasks early. You've already, you know, anticipated future trends and gotten the training you need to understand how to do that, you know? And so you've not only increased your chances of winning or succeeding, you've made it inevitable. And it's just up to you to realize it. It's only when you agree that, like, you've done enough. Your future self understands that, like, you've already set in motion all the stuff you needed to set your future self up for success. So now you can relax. What are you rushing for? I think you're just used to, like, having another task. It feels comfortable to have a, you know, a constantly, like, a never ending to-do list. You maybe write stuff down just out of habit, but, like, you're ahead of the game. You've done the healing work. You've done the inner child, you know, healing. You've done the shadow work. Lots of people haven't done that. Like, you're still operating like you're behind, like you're catching up. You find yourself having free time and you assume you must have not done something. You're like, oh, okay, let me practice. Let me do some more manifestation. Let me search more on LinkedIn. Let me do more. You've already done enough. You've done more than enough. You've planted the seed. You've done your part. And I think this is something that co-creators have to learn to, you know, integrate. You are used to doing the creating. It's less comfortable to receive the benefit of the co-creation, to have your co-creator do their part. Spirit, God, the universe, everybody else in your ecosystem. You've done the co-creating. You've done more than enough. You're ahead of the game. You're way more advanced and prepared and successful than you might even realize. You've already taken the early action. You've already done the, like, future envisioning and stuff, and now you just gotta rest in that. Most people don't get to this point in the game. They get distracted. They get caught in a loop thinking they haven't done enough. They keep telling themselves, oh, I have to prepare more. Oh, I have to do more. You don't. It's like you got to the airport for a trip early. So now it's like you don't have to, like, oh, okay, I'm early. Let me go back home and make sure I brought my passport. That wouldn't make any sense. You're here. Now you can chill. You can relax. You can do more envisioning of what you want to do. You've already done the stuff you need to. to get yourself here. And the stuff you've done has put you far ahead of most people. Most people are still, like, oh, they're still like waking up, literally. Like, they're still like, oh, like, turn the lights off. I'm sleepy. And you're already at the airport early, through security, luggage ready. And so your task now, co-creator, Earth Angel, is to relax, is to rest, is to stop rushing. Who are you rushing for? That it's a performance if you think about it, because you're early. You're ahead of the game. And haste makes waste. So, like, you don't want to look back and realize like, oh my God, I was already there. But because I was convinced that like, oh, I haven't done enough. I haven't done enough to ensure the thing. I was still trying to force and control and prepare more. You fumbled it. You exhausted yourself. Your success is already inevitable. You already won. So really it's just about quality of life. You've won. You can exhaust yourself continuing to find more things to do and occupy yourself with, or you can just relax. You can enjoy yourself. You can be in repose. Yeah, you've already completed the tasks that other people are still, they're in the pre-contemplation stage. You've already finished it early. People thought you were crazy when you were doing these things. That's how much vision you had. That's how much you were able to anticipate future trends, how things were going to go. Is that like you were doing stuff and people were like, what are you doing? It's giving, Noah, like you were building an ark, gathering up all these animals, and people were like, what the hell is this crazy person doing? It hasn't rained in forever. Like and there couldn't be that much rain. But now you're ready. And listen, very soon, sooner than everyone expects, it's going to be clear like that you are well prepared. You've done all you need to. And everyone's going to be like, wow, we thought they were crazy, but they knew. Wow. Visionary, brilliant, prophetic. They knew before we did. Yeah. So you're ahead of the game. So relax, slow down, no rush. Nature is leisurely and perfectly on time. Humans forget. We get caught up in this like urgency and, oh, there's never enough time and we've never done enough. And that's all an illusion. You know that, but I'm just here to remind you. You're someone who gets shit done. So you're going to have to get used to things being done, it being finished. You don't have a lot of loose ends. That's not you. You tie them all up very neatly, very beautifully. You don't let things fall by the wayside. You don't let yourself, your dreams, your intentions, your desires languish. So you have to trust that you've done it. You got to trust that you're that person. You got to claim that you're that person. All right. I've delivered the message. Let me know what you think, okay? Like, comment, subscribe. Head on over to my website, seelikesheba.com, if you'd like to work with me one-on-one. And go back and watch some of these other episodes. There's a oracular, like an oracle nature to it. You can just pick anyone at random and it's going to give you the message that you need that day. All right. And yeah, if you stick with me, you'll see how I became the woman who effortlessly, easily went from receiving $5,000 every month to effortlessly receiving $100,000 every single month. And that's because I realized early that I'm ahead of the game. So sweet. I don't have to rush. I can relax. I can chill. I can get the lay of the land. I can do what I want. Yeah. All right. That's all I got. Love you so much. I'll talk to you, Earth Angels, tomorrow, okay? Love you. Bye. Oh, also, actually, look at my nails. Ugh, my beautiful, beloved nail technician is moving to Spain. Oh, so brilliant. Really, the US doesn't deserve her. She's such a talent. We really don't deserve the brilliance that our immigrants gift to us. And so I hope she has an amazing time in Spain. You Europeans, you're so lucky. So she does such an amazing job doing exactly whatever I want with my nails. And so for our last nail session together, I was like, artist choice, what would you like to do? And I was actually wearing this watermelon, of course, Palestine shirt. And so, yeah, she did these like cool fruits. See, there's a banana and, what's this? Like a peach and an apple, watermelon. Ooh, grape. Here's a blueberry. Here's a fig. I love it. Beautiful. All right, my darlings. Go back and watch some of these episodes, okay? Because you're ahead of the game, all right? So, have some fun. Enjoy yourself. Get a sneak preview of what's going to be coming down the pipeline for everybody else. All right. I'm going to get up out of here. Love you so much.